I just want to do a list of tank ideas that don't suck. I got a good idea. I really do. 3 badass combos for 20-gallon stocking ideas. You always see in these videos on like ultimate top 10 20-gallon aquarium stocking ideas. Here's the problem I have with that. If it's like truly the best idea, 10 just seems like a lot. I think if you're the best at something, there shouldn't be so many. I feel like these ideas are gonna be so banging that there's only gonna be 3 combos. 3 outrageously spanking combos for 20-gallon aquarium. But I gotta give myself some guidelines, some criterias. I can't just, go blatantly go wild. I gotta give myself some realistic, boundaries and rules for this. I gotta give myself some challenges. All right, I feel like I came up with some decent boundaries for this video. First criteria, 20-gallon highs or 20-gallon longs. Basically, we're going with everyday aquarium that anybody could get their hands on, beginners. A good aquarium for a beginner, and a very beloved aquarium size for people who've been in the hobby for a while, which 20 longs people love and whatnot. The equipment in the aquarium is basic aquarium kit stuff. Hang on the back filter, heater, LED light strip, basic LED light strip, Aquarium, Hygar, nothing super fancy, just a basic LED light strip. The water chemistry is going to be a neutral pH, nothing fancy as far as substrate goes. We're going to go with sand. We're going to go ahead and plant this thing lightly planted. We're not going to go crazy with the plants. We're going to go light to medium planted. We have to have at least 1 centerpiece fish. 1 fish in there has to be a star. One of the species in the aquarium has to be rare. Now, I'm not talking about like super rare, but something that is not normally seen on everyday. Like, it can be something you can get at your local fish store, but something that's not everyday run-of-the-mill that you see in the average aquarium. The centerpiece fish could be the rare species, or the tank mates could be the rare species. It doesn't really matter. And last but not least, the fish that go in this aquarium has to be able to live in the aquarium for its complete life. All right? It can't get so big that you have to rehome it later on. Those are my boundaries that I'm working with. All right, I gotta admit, being as I'm a cichlid guy, the filter boundary I gave myself, the hang on the back filter, and the having to live in the aquarium its entire life, those 2 boundaries is really, that I did that to myself. I screwed myself on that one. So for the first aquarium setup, I went with the long. I went with the 20 long. This one was a little bit difficult because the first fish that I picked made every other fish harder to pick. Y'all know I'm a cichlid guy, but I could appreciate all kinds of fish. And there's always been one nano fish that I've always appreciated, but I've never had an aquarium to where I could keep it because of the other fish that I'd rather have. You know what I mean? And that's the blue-eyed rainbow. The blue-eyed rainbow is a really stunning little, I consider it a nano fish. It gets like 2.5 inches. You know what I mean? It's a little dude. It's just so odd looking. It's got, it looks like one of those kite. It looks like a kite, like a real fancy kite. So let's go ahead and get some blue-eyed rainbows in there. Let's get them some German blue rams. I think the color of the blue-eyed rainbow and the color of the German blue rams kind of, kick off each other. You know what I mean? They play off of each other. And being as I was going with that kind of yellowish color, I went ahead and put some stir-by cories in there too. I'm assuming that bristlenose plecos are automatically gonna be in the mix, but because there's so many of them, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that up to you. The rare fish that for my criteria I was going with the blue-eyed rainbows. Now, I know they're very rare for a lot of people, for some of us out there, but for the average person, you don't see them in aquariums that often. So I went ahead and put that as the rare fish. We need a centerpiece fish. For me, a centerpiece fish is bigger. It's the biggest fish in there. That's for me. That's where the blue-eyed fish kind of made it a little bit difficult, because with the blue-eyed rainbow having all those fancy little appendages coming off of it, I had to be real careful as to what I was gonna put in there that was gonna be a big specimen, but wouldn't necessarily harm the blue eyes. And I've had this fish in the past, and I'll have it again, is the pearl gourami. One male pearl gourami, just one male pearl gourami is a beautiful, beautiful looking specimen. We pretty much have fish from Australia, South America, Asia. So we kind of run the gamut. I wasn't necessarily trying to stay all in one place, but I think a 20-gallon long with the criteria that I set, food-wise, care-wise, I don't see a problem with any of these fish being able to take care of any of these fish in a 20-gallon long. You see pearl scales every once in a while. You see German rams, yeah. You see sturbies, yeah. You don't see the blue eyes that often. But to have them all in one aquarium, thriving, looking beautiful, with the colors and having them grow out to their fullest, I do believe that would be a beautiful, beautiful aquarium. You know what would be cool? All blue tank. All right, we going all blue, baby. We going with a 20 high. 20 high is what we're gonna go with. Being as we're going with a 20 high and we're going blue, I gotta go with my blue angel. Now, when I say blue, I'm talking about blue, not some of the other blues that there's a hint of blue. If you're gonna go blue, let's go ahead with a cobalt blue, Philippine blue angel, a banging blue. Just one. There's no blue bottom feeders that I know of. There's some blue gobies and stuff that you can get. They have blue in them. They're not completely blue. I'm gonna go ahead, and as far as scavengers go, we're gonna stick with blue mystery snails. I got some other fish to go down at the bottom that are not catfish, not scavengers, but they will stay at the bottom and scavenge off the bottom just as well. So we're going with the blue mystery snails, as many as you like. We're going with the blue angel. We're going with blue dwarf neon rainbows. Out of all the blues, those are the ones that kind of like bing the most when they're really, all turned up. Of course, we're gonna go with some electric blue rams. And for our rare fish, our fish that is not seen that often, we're gonna go with some Aistos. Now, there's a bunch of blue Aistos. The one that pops off in my head are the boilie eyes, specifically the sapphire blue boilie eyes. But you go ahead and play with that. There's a bunch of different types of blue Aistos. But between the blue rams and the blue Aistos down at the bottom, they're pretty much going to stay down low in the bottom, hiding out. They're going to go ahead and they're going to eat off the bottom more than anything else, to be honest with you. So they got that catfish area down. Also, I like blue emperor tetras. Those are a little harder to find. Those aren't the rare species. We're going with the Aistos for the rare species. I know if I walked into a house and I saw that, I'd be like, hell, that tank is blue as hell. And for my third one, we're going back with the long again. Now, this one is going to be a fun one. It's for the kids. Long fin cory cats, it doesn't matter which type of cory cat you pick, just it has to be a long fin. Everything is going long fin. Okay, we're going long fin, bushy nose plecos, mixed fancy guppies, or a specific strain of guppies. That's up to you. We're going guppies. For our centerpiece fish, it's not necessarily going to be one centerpiece fish. It's going to be a species of centerpiece fish. Okay, we're going with the Montazuma green swordtail. This is going to be a live bearer tank. Not just any live bearer tank. It's going to be a long fin, fancy fin live bearer tank. Yeah, that particular tank will be fun for the kids. If you wanted to make a little extra money, mud guppies will do, or a specific strain you could make a little bit more. A little harder to get rid of the specific strains of guppies, but you can get more for them. Those Montezuma swords, people pay good money for those, but everything in there is going to be fancy finned. So yeah, I think that'd be a really fun one. Live bearers, long fins. So there it is. Those are my three combos for 20-gallon tanks that if I were to walk into a home with that, I'd be like, damn. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I hope you liked it. If you do, here's some other videos that you might like. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. I thank you in advance.